Mission is people. It's nothing else.
It's walking with people in their spiritual journey.
It's that outward thrust always to go out to people, to meet people where they are.
It's the front lines of the church, where nobody else wants to go. That's where you're going to end up. That's where God is.
They see people not as projects, not as lost causes, but as literally the face, the hands, the feet of Jesus.
Trinity Missions is the public face of the missionary servants of the Most Holy Trinity.
The order was founded by Father Judge 100 years ago to work with the poor and abandoned and to make every Catholic a missionary. That was his dream.
Father Judge was looking for those who would be able to help him and the church reach out to those who were in need, especially whether it was spiritual abandonment or economic abandonment, but to help them preserve the faith.
It is exclusively a missionary order. There's no hospitals, there are no universities or high schools. Missionary servants work exclusively with the poor. They work in parishes that dioceses can't support.
We're called to those, what our founder liked to call the entangled parts of the vineyard, the places where people aren't getting the attention that they deserve.
We put into practice what Jesus taught us: feed the hungry, clothe the naked, give drink to the thirsty.
We've been able to grow from a handful of missions to now 37 missions in 7 countries: the United States, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, Honduras, and most recently in Haiti.
We go by preference to places that have a sense of abandonment about them, often to areas where the faith, the Catholic faith, is at risk.
I'm the pastor, the principal of a school in the parish in Haiti. The best that we are doing is to show the love of God to the people and make them feel that they are loving, even though they are poor, even though they are abandoned.
We work with the poor people in Guatemala, especially with the food, to pay the rent, some medicine. What we are doing is just be that instrument of God.
Our mission is to educate the lay people how to be an apostle, how to be a good disciple.
Deep within the heart of every one of our missionaries is a desire for the poor and abandoned. If they choose a parish, they'll purposely choose someplace impossible. I went to inner city Los Angeles. Your soul fused into those people. It really did. You became a part of them. And you also wondered, is everybody here condemned to death? Is there no hope? We knew we were a sign of hope. We knew we could help get things organized and changed. And that committed us all the more to staying there in the inner city.
The heart of my vision has been to invite people to come together here in South Los Angeles to talk about how am I feeling in my body, living here in South LA, listening to gunshots, watching kids be shot on the street.
We are more incorporated as a lay people. We feel more like a family type. The missionaries, they walk with us.
I grew up in a high poverty area, lots of trouble to get into. I was able to attend Villa Angela St. Joseph High School because of a scholarship from the Trinitarians, and it opened up a world for me that otherwise would not have been accessible.
We've created a program called the I Thirst Spiritual Companion, which means that we train people within dioceses to act as the cross between a spiritual director and a recovery coach. So could you imagine if you could knock on the door of any Catholic church, they would be provided with a person that knew how to give spiritual consolation and recovery resource information, right?
Phenomenal.
Recovery is love. Loving people where they're at and loving them even when they can't find it within themselves to love themselves. That's where we are present and there for folks. And it's such a beautiful and blessed thing.
We go to solve the need, but we also go with the thought always in mind that we will build this community up, raise up local apostles, and that one day we will move on to another place that has greater need.
You want to multiply yourself, and you want these people to be the visitors, the ones that are the present, the ones who have the prime contact with people, and the real contact.
It's really quite an honor to be affiliated with the Trinity Missions. It really offers me as a Catholic the opportunity to follow in Christ's footpath, to do good works. We had a recent trip last year in Puerto Rico where we rehabilitated homes for many of the people whose homes had been devastated from the hurricane.
They were so grateful for what we did, but we came home fulfilled and enriched. And our lives have been improved because of the opportunity to provide service to the people in need. It's like a changing force in your heart. You're saying, I have this opportunity to help these people. And man, I think I'm gonna give a little more this time.
Beyond the celebration of Centennial, we want to be able to carry the message to more and more people about the good work that they're doing. The donors who support us, they need to know that their gifts are making a real difference today.
All of our donors, our benefactors, they really are partners with us in this whole missionary endeavor. There is no way that we could do anything of what we do without that support. When you invest in Trinity Missions, you're not just investing in what is currently here, but in our ability to create and to call forth new apostles.
The impact of the Trinity Missions on my life is just so immense. I have been blessed to grow in my faith, to really learn about who God is and who He was calling me to be through the work that they do.